team. Um, I have Laura Johnson, a diamond leader. She is in my upline with us today. Um, we're just kind of going to go over some awesome stuff to get us geared up for September and really the rest of the year. Um, I know we have a lot of new people on our team, and I kind of just want to encourage everyone to keep the momentum going. What happens at the end of the year and into the new year with It Works in general is just absolutely amazing. And so you will hear people talk about like a big boom, with the new year, and there will be an explosion with this company, and you want that to reflect in your own business. So keep working and keep planting seeds because you want to reap the harvest when it's time. So I'm going to start Ruby charting. This is your Ruby chart, okay? Everyone needs to get their Ruby chart out, and that's what we want to work towards. Rubies make diamonds, and if you're learning to go Ruby and then you're teaching your team to go Ruby, that's the key to really promoting in this company. So Ruby, for the new people, it's you, and then you have 3 personally enrolled. That means 3 people that you have personally enrolled on your team, and then only one of those people have enrolled 2 people. So essentially you have 5 total people on your team, and each person, and then you have 4 people that have at least 400 in volume. I know a lot of you are pushing to go Ruby in September, and some of you are trying to get your $500 Ruby bonus. And I'm constantly getting asked, like, what can I do? What can I do? For those of you, you've gotten your loyal customers, you've gotten, potentials here and there. At this point, what you need to be doing is just exploding with your business and with your excitement. So whatever you're doing, take that and multiply it by 10. If you want bigger results, you have to put in more work, okay? If you're only posting 1 to 2 times a day on Facebook or Instagram, and you're only talking to 1 or 2 people a day, like, you're not really allowing yourself to plant as many seeds as you can. If you're on Instagram, you want to be posting like relatively throughout the day.
Basically every hour on there.
Yeah, like, and I know that sounds like a lot, but it takes like 2 minutes to make a post. If you're I don't know, waiting on something in the microwave, you can make a post. If you're sitting in front of the TV or on the computer, like, you have the time to make a post, okay? There are people who are way busier than me, way busier than you, making sure that they're getting these posts in, because those are more seeds that you're planting. Same goes on Facebook. You want to stay consistent. Another thing is, if you're on Facebook and you're trying to use that to help build your business, understand that, maybe Laura can touch more on this, you're going to run out of people unless you're adding new people to your Facebook page, because Facebook's completely different than Instagram. It's more of a warm market because it's more for people that you know, for instance, but I'm constantly adding strangers to my Facebook, and
not necessarily dudes, because I know a lot of women are a little odd about that, but if you're in mommy groups, like I'm in a few mommy groups, and I actually we'll start adding them over the course of a couple of days. I will go through and start trying to add like 3 or 4 new moms from that group. And then obviously there's going to be some of those people that are going to be like, well, how do I know you? A good response to that is something that I actually got from another team member is, hey, I'm sorry, I'm looking for a customer that I met, and I was trying to find her through Facebook because she had expressed interest in my 90-day challenge. And what that'll do is that'll get them thinking, and then a lot of times people will be like, well, what's your 90-day challenge? And then that opens you up to a whole new relationship with that person, and they're more inclined to accept you and try to look at your Facebook and see what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's another thing on Facebook. You don't want to like go through and add like 100 people a day because you'll get put in Facebook jail. But if you can just like get in these groups and just, you know, find like maybe 4 or 5 people to add to your Facebook a day. And if you're really kind of weirded out about, you know, like your personal pictures and stuff, whenever you make a post, you can change the privacy setting for each individual post before you post it so that you can, like, only your friends can see it or it can be public. And you can go through and you can filter, like, have categories for people on your friends list. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you're concerned about keeping your Facebook, I guess, not completely public as far as like maybe pictures of your family or pictures of your kids or whatever, you can change the privacy setting on each individual post. I have a lot of random people that follow me on Facebook and a lot of random Facebook friends that I've never met that I don't even know. And so if I'm posting about like my babies, sometimes I'll like change the privacy setting on it. That way it's not just public to the whole world. Another thing is you can't necessarily expect everyone to come to you. I was watching a Periscope that Lauren Berryman did the other day. And she was talking about, you know, not expecting, like, this is a business. So you have to treat it like a business. If this was a storefront business, you would be making sure you were doing something daily to make sure people were coming into your store. If you can go open a store and just turn an open sign on, and that doesn't necessarily mean people are just going to come parading through. Like, it takes marketing. It takes, you know, you have to, grand openings happen, but in order for people to even show up to grand openings, what do? They market. They tell people what their new business is about. Like when there's a new restaurant, how do you hear about this new restaurant opening? It is because they have advertised for themselves. They have used word of mouth. They have gotten their name out there. That way, when they do open, they have a full house, right? Treat your business the same way. Don't wait for people to come to you. Not everyone is going to come to you. Talk to people. Be personal with people. People need the products that we have. People will fall in love with the products that we have, but how are they going to know what we have to offer if you're not sharing it with them? Stop waiting for everyone to just fall into your lap, because it's not going to happen. You have to go out and get it. And something else she really said that stuck to me was assume the sell. And what I mean by that is, as I was watching her Periscope, you know, she was talking about how we're constantly losing distributors and loyal customers, and it's because we're not able to get them to commit. They give you the excuse, I don't have the money, I'm broke, and I can't tell you how many times I've had people tell me, oh, I really want Fat Fighters, but I don't have the $23. And then 2 days later, you know, they're out having an expensive lunch, or, you know, or just bought themselves like a $30 mascara or whatever. These people that are telling you they don't have money, they have the money, they're just spending it somewhere else. So you need to learn to, assume the sale. Like if someone says, you know, I get paid Friday, then you follow back up with them. Don't just be like, oh, okay, well, you just let me know when you get paid. No, it's your business. You take the initiative to follow up with people. Um,
Yeah,
following.
a good thing. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Every Friday should be Follow Up Friday. You
Yes.
need one day to go through all your messages, all your text messages, and make a point to follow up with them. If it's somebody like, okay, today's Tuesday, if they give you a specific day that they will commit to a sale, like if you go through the loyal customer deal document, it gives you step by step how to talk to the customer, not to give them your website, because if you're giving them your website, you've lost them, and it's really hard to get them right back. But if you go through that document and you read it and you actually follow what it says, and you say, well, I can put you on the calendar if you're not able to at this moment. I can put you on the calendar for next month for my 90-day challenge. And then you write it down so that you know that specific day you follow up with them and say, hey, I'm helping some friends get their order through. Can I go ahead and help you walk you through ordering as well? Are you ready? That opens you up to being able to continue following up with them. And then also, every Friday, if you've talked to them on Monday, follow up with them on this Friday and say, hey, I just wanted to, I know you were interested, so do you have any more questions for me? And be relatable to the products that they're interested in. If you've used those products, tell them what those products have done for you, because I can honestly say I have tried 95% of our products. I think the only products I have not tried is Repairage. I think that is the one and only product out of everything I have not tried. So I'm able to relate to someone wanting greens, fat fighters, thermofit, the protein bars that we have. I know what they taste like. I know what they've done for me. So if you're able to twist your personal experience to it, it makes it so much easier for that customer that's looking for that specific item. Sorry, Anna, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're fine. Definitely be relatable. Be a product of the product. And you have to follow. Do what?
Be excited.
Yes, be excited. And you have to follow up with people. I remember when I first started this business, I forget who it was, but they were talking about how people were very indecisive. Think about, it's like, where do you want to go to lunch? Oh, I don't care. Well, where do you want to go? It's like a 20-minute conversation of back and forth, right? We're very indecisive people, and we like to be told what to do to an extent. For instance, say, you're at like a little boutique, okay? You pick up a shirt, and it's like $40, and you're like going back and forth. Do I want it? No, yes, it's expensive, da da da. If one of the people that works there comes up to you and are like, are you finding everything okay? You're like, yeah, I'm finding everything fine, thanks. Okay, now you're still holding this shirt. Say another person comes up to you that works there, and she's like, hey, can I go ahead and put that up front for you? And then takes it and puts it up front for you. What does that mean? That means that 95% chance you're going to go check out. Okay, she assumed the sale. You looked interested. You wanted the shirt. You just couldn't make up your mind. So what did she do? She made it easy for you. She took the shirt, and she's going to hold it for you up front. So now the chances of you buying that shirt, more than likely you're going to buy it. Okay? So if someone comes to you and they're like, I'm really interested in the greens. Can you tell me more about them? Tell them about them. Don't give them all the information at once. You answer what is asked. And if you can end with a question, that way they they answer a question back. For example, hey, how much are hair, skin, and nails? Well, hair, skin, and nails is $55 retail or $33 low customer. That's all I say. And then 99% of the time they're like, oh, well, what's a loyal customer? And then I'll go into that. But like Laura said, I don't give out my website right away. In fact, I don't give it out until they say they're going to order. And if they're like, well, what's your website? I'm like, oh, well, are you ready to order? I can walk you right through it. And they're like, no, I might order next Thursday. I'm like, okay, awesome. Well, I'm going to put you down in my calendar, and then next Thursday I'll get back with you. They don't need my website if they're not going to order today. And I've never had anyone say, well, what's your website? They're like continuously ask me for it. So that's what I do. The fortune is in the follow-up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Okay? Be consistent. People are watching you. People might never like any of your Facebook posts. They might never like a picture. They might never comment on anything, but they're watching. They want to see if you're going to be consistent, if you're excited, if you like what you're doing, and if they feel like they would like what they're doing. But if you are complaining about it, or if you're acting like it's so hard, or it's a drag, or you're struggling, if you're portraying that,
or any other kind of drama that you have in your life, if you portray that on Facebook or Instagram, 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose that person. I've learned, and this is just from personal experience before I even started with It Works, airing someone's dirty laundry, your own dirty laundry, or even if you're having a bad day, sometimes it really works against you negatively, and you'll start losing people on Facebook.
Yeah, like, you don't want to be surrounded by negative people. I have enough things going on in my life that I don't want everyone else's negativeness, around me. I want to be surrounded by positive people. We all know that none of our lives are perfect. Okay, we all have stuff going on, but you don't have to air your dirty laundry on Facebook, okay? It doesn't belong there. And no, I'm not saying be fake, but find a way, if anything, if you're going through something bad, find a way to make it inspirational or motivational, okay? Find a way to shine through that. I think it's Melody McFarland who posts this, who says this. She says, if you're going through something, make sure you get through it. Don't get stuck in it. So whatever you're going through, push through it. Okay. I was watching a training today by Jade Hooper, and she was talking about those times that we get down and what you do whenever you're down and you feel like everything you're doing, you're not producing the results that you want. She says that in those times that you feel like quitting, giving up, or that, you're questioning whether you should be doing this or not, in those times is when you need to push 10 times harder. It is in those times that you need to just, if you wake up today and you're like, I don't even know why I'm doing this, nothing's going the way I want to, you need to sit down and you need to push harder today than you have any other day of the week. And it's simply because a lot of times we're not seeing what we think we should see immediately, and that just means we need to keep pushing. We need to continuously just push through everything. Let's see. I also watched a thing today. I stay plugged in. Like, there's so many videos, so many periscopes, so many things you can do to help fuel your mind, to help keep you excited and help keep the momentum going. Like, stay plugged in. That is a huge part of this business.
They have corporate trainings on Sunday, Mondays, and Wednesday nights, I think, are the calls.
Yes.
They're in your startup emails that y'all get. They will list what days are the calls. We also training videos, like Anna's saying, and reaching out to your upline and just having that route of communication open. I try to talk to everybody at least once a day. I know sometimes we'll go a couple of days without talking, and whether it's about the business or just in life general, because this company is about freedom, friendship, and fun, and I feel like, I'm excited because I have met Anna once in person, but we talk so much that we've grown close. And I'm truly excited to be out there this month. I'm counting down the days, 23 more days till I get to come hang out with her and stay the night, or not stay the night, but I get to stay 4 days at her house and just like get to bond. And that's important, is just building relationships with your team, whether they're in your direct organization or if they're in your sidelines. Like, I have a friend that actually traveled with me to Florida for conference, and she's nowhere in my downline or upline. She's actually a sideline. We have the same upline, Katie Lemons, but we met one time for a party that I helped her out with, and then we met a second time driving down to Florida. And through that, we bonded and became really good friends. So if you have sideline sisters, reach out to them, pull motivation from them, go to different leaders' pages and just look at what they have going on their pages and pull from that. And you have me, you have Anna, there's other leaders out there that you can pull excitement from and see what they're doing and how they're posting their life. Because more times you're not selling products, you're selling you. And if people see you using the products and getting results and being happy about them, they want that, because people buy happiness more than they buy negative things. So that's just a really good thing. I know Anna posts a lot of inspirational stuff on her page, and I will go and I will start reading stuff like that, and it's really inspiring just seeing how positive people are. Like, I know Michael Wade has been extremely positive on his Facebook page, and I'm sure that they go through a lot of stuff that's in their personal lives, but you never see it on their Facebook page. And he actually made a video about it, about how they had something happen to them that was one negative thing out of all these hundreds of great things that they've done, and people focused on that one thing. So that just goes to show you how people will tend to look for what's positive and harp on what's negative.
Yeah, and like she said, people are gonna trust you. When someone joins your organization, they're trusting you. Okay? And it's not that they trust the company. They're joining. They don't really know anything about the company except from what you've told them. So when someone joins your team, your organization, they're trusting you. And you need to be, if you have one person under you, or if you have 1,000 people under you, you are a leader. And you need to start with self-development, and you need to start, learning like how our lives are not perfect, but we don't need to be negative about things. We need to always try to find the positive, especially with this business, because it doesn't matter what happens in our lives. Like, there are things happening in everybody's lives that, are hard to deal with. But this is a person-to-person business, and you're going to attract what you give out. So, and that's another thing. And this is something I had to look. I was watching another training video today. I've been watching all kinds of videos today. And the biggest thing that stuck out to me is someone had asked, how can you attract runners on your team? How can you attract good distributors to join your organization? Think of the way you are with your business. Would you want you on your team? There are times where I would not want me on my team, because there are times where I've become lazy, or not really lazy. I've made excuses. There were 2 or 3 months out of the summer where I had excuse after excuse after excuse, and I made all these excuses. I lost my momentum, and it affected my business. Okay. You're gonna attract the people depending on like what you're doing. So if you're if you're a go-getter and if you're really just going to push, 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 those are the kind of people you're going to attract. They're going to see what you're doing and they're going to be like, I want to be a part of that. Um, as a leader, you want to think, like, would you want to attract, people? If people were doing what you're doing, would you be happy with that? So if you're only posting 1 to 2 times a day, or if you're posting 1 time a week, or you're doing everything like you're not really going full force, then how can you expect the people that you enroll to just be like, you know, hardcore about everything if you're not going to do it? You lead from the front. You hear that all the time, and I slack all the time. Like, I'm by no means perfect. I'm very far from it. And that's why I've struggled at times in this business. But it's about learning. You have to just keep pushing. So if you want to attract these runners, be a runner. Okay, if you want to attract go-getters, be a go-getter. If you want to attract people who make no excuses, then you make no excuses. And that, that's something that I've really had to work on myself. Like, I have to stop making excuses. It's so easy to say, oh, I'm juggling twins, this and that, blah, 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 the toddler and Jose's work schedule and whatever. No, those are all excuses. There are people 10 times busier than me doing way more, than I do some days. So you're put that vibe out there, okay?
A lot of times, if you stay consistent, and a good way to stay consistent is if you're stay-home mom like me. I have a 2-bedroom or 2-story, 4-bedroom house that I keep clean, and I have 4 people that live here. One of them is under the age of 10. And you guys know kids make messes. So I am constantly keeping my house clean, juggling, working this business, making sure that meals are provided for our family, and making sure that our 8-year-old is where she needs to be like at school, her different activities, because she does do a lot of different activities throughout the year after school. For me, it's a lot easier to keep myself from getting sucked into running my business on social media is to set alarms on my phone. So every hour my alarm will go off. I will stop. I'll make a post on Facebook and I'll make a post on Instagram, because it does only take 2 minutes to make that post. But to the content that I'm posting, I make sure that it's achieving what I'm portraying for my business. And by that is like when I get up in the mornings, I'm making sure that my daughter is ready for school, that her lunches are packed. I will pack half of it at night, the cold stuff at night, and make sure that they're ready for her to pack in the mornings. And then as she's getting ready to go to the bus stop, I will snap pictures of her and just make little comments and post those pictures and make little comments about her being my ray of sunshine and having those moments as a stay-at-home mom. Because 2 years ago, I would have had to have gone back to work after having taken a year and a half off, because the economy out here just hit us really hard for the oil field, and his hours were being cut drastically. So it's just, that's how I incorporate it works into my personal life as far as posting goes, is thinking it works for the time that I have now with her in the mornings before she goes to school. And then I will come back in the house after I drop her off and make that post. I'll post it to Instagram as well, and then I'll go about doing what I need to do. If the kitchen needs to be cleaned or laundry needs to be started, I'll do that. And then when my alarm goes off again, I'll do a couple, as far as Instagram, I'll make a couple funny pictures, post a couple funny pictures, or memes, I think is what they're called. I don't know the technical term for those. And then, or food pictures, just kind of like throw it out there. And then I'll go about doing what I was doing as far as like taking care of the house. And in between that time, I will try to make some time to go through and like people's Facebook pages and build relationships with those people as well. And it only takes a couple minutes to go through your newsfeed for your potentials and like on their pictures and make some comments like, oh, it's really good to see that you're having a great day. Or just, be personal with these people because you're building relationships. You may already know them, but it's being active daily in their lives. Like, I cannot tell you how many people I will go through their stuff and comment, and then they'll come back on my page, and just you can tell that it's an effect. It's like a cause and effect. And just make sure that you're not all ads. Make sure you're showing what your life as a It Works girl really is. You're a mom, you're a college student, you're a business worker. You go work a 9 to 5 job, but you're also working your business like on your lunch break. Take a picture. Hey, this is me on my lunch break, and hold up like 4 fingers and say, I'm talking to 4 moms about joining this team. That's more of what you should be posting instead of, hey, join my team, because that will show people, hey, she's working this job.
Hey, turn me on.
So it's just things like that instead of being spammy.
Yeah, you don't want to be spammy. That turns people off. Definitely, be as personal as you can be. Post before and afters, of course, but, pictures of, just on Facebook, pictures that are graphics that just say, join my team. I remember at conference how they harped on stage. They're like, nobody wants to just join your team. That's not what this is about. They want to join a group. They want to join the excitement. They want to join, they want to be a part of your fun. And that's what they're joining, okay? So you do something fun, do something exciting, share your adventures with them. That's what John Eric is all about, sharing your adventures, and learning to let go of fear. Don't let your fear keep you from your dreams. Don't let your fear keep you from, being successful. Go for the no. Go for the no. The more no's you get, the more no's you get in all reality, the more seeds you're planting. Okay? And those no's are just not right now. I can't tell you how many people who have told me they will never use a wrap and are loyal customers of mine. I can't tell you how many people who have been like, that business is not for me, and have asked me about it, months later. Take the no and say, okay. And then you'll be surprised as to, just, unless they're blocking you, they're still watching what you're doing. Okay, unless they go in and unfriend you, they're still watching what you're doing. And if they see in 5 months, hey, she's actually making really good money, maybe I do need to rethink this. If you've showed consistency and excitement, who are they going to message? They're going to be messaging you. Okay, Christmas is coming up. Are you kidding me? Like, Christmas for a lot of people is super stressful. Buying presents, buying gifts, like, all kinds of stuff. This is the perfect time to get people to realize, hey, could an extra $500 help you for Christmas? Because that can help you get that. Right now is the time to be excited about this business, because what can happen over the next couple months can completely change your financial situation. And if all you're going for is those $500 extra a month, then that is yours easy in the next couple months if you do the work. Okay, we give you the trainings, we give you the tools. All of it is completely useless if you don't use it. If you're not integrating it into anything that you're doing, if you're simply watching these videos and it goes in one ear and out the other, and you're like, I want to do it my way or whatever.
It's a good thing that you bring that up. There's so many different ways that you can work this business. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. That's just that aspect of it. Make a goal to message 10 to 20 people in your cold market on Instagram if they're liking your pictures. Just something simple, direct message them. Hey hun, thank you for your love on thanks for the love on my posts. Are you interested? Don't be worried if they block you or if they say no, not right now, or if they just ignore you. Just keep going. Make it a goal to talk to 20 people, because that out of those 20 people, I'm pretty sure one of them is going to respond. And then in real life, outside of social media, try to make it your goal to blitz at least 5 people a day to start off, just so that you get comfortable with it, and just make sure that you're building relationships with other people outside of your comfort zone, like outside of your group of people that you know, because if you're reaching out to new people, you're spreading word, you're spreading fire about your business. Make sure that you're representing your business, that you have a lanyard with a Blitz card on it that says, hey, I'm an It Works girl. Or get a t-shirt and wear that out, because I cannot tell you how many times I've been stopped because of my lanyard or my t-shirt. Yesterday, I went with Jeremy to go look at UTI for him to go to school to work on vehicles, because that's been his lifelong dream. And because of It Works and me working this business, we're going to be able to let him go part-time as a massage therapist and do school. And we were walking up yesterday, and I had the magnets on my car, and I had my t-shirt on, I had my lanyard, Jeremy had his t-shirt on, and a guy out of the blue, just before he closed the door to his vehicle, he stopped me. He goes, hey, you guys sell those wraps? And I was like, yeah, we sell them. And I was like, are you interested? He goes, my wife and I have been buying from this lady who was a distributor, but she quit. So how much do you sell your wraps for? I said, well, I sell mine individually for $25 or a whole box for $100. And then I told him, I said, well, look, if you're already using them and you and your wife love them, why not join my team and make money out of it? And he's like, well, I don't know about all that right now. I said, look, I said, I've been in this business for 2 years. I said, I absolutely love it. I make, on average, as a diamond, I make $2,000 a month. I said, if your wife is interested, here's my card. She can call me for the wraps, or she can call me to learn more about how she can make money. An hour later, after we had just finished our tour, his wife called me. And I was like, hey, and I just talked to her. I kind of, over the phone, for the first 5 minutes of us talking, I kind of ran through the business with her. And then I said, well, hey, do you have a Facebook? Let me add you on Facebook, and I can message you a detailed letter that we send to our potentials, so that you can actually like read what I'm telling you. And she goes, well, I don't have Facebook, but I really want to, I'm really interested. So I said, well, do you have email? She said, yes. I said, great. Let's hang up, text me, give me your email, and I'll send it to you. And you can call me later on tonight if you have any questions. I said, I'll be tied up with my daughter, so it might slip my mind to call you back, but please call me if you have questions. And she's like, okay, okay. So she texted me. She's like, here's my email. So I sent her the email, didn't hear back from her. And then right when I was getting ready to finish lunch and call her, because I went out to lunch with Jeremy, she actually texted me. She goes, I'm really interested. I talked to my husband about it, and we think that we want to give it a shot. And I was like, okay, great. And then she texted me later on this evening to say, hey, I'm joining, and I'm on your website. And I said, okay, great. If you have any questions, let me know. And then I haven't heard back from her yet. So my follow-up tomorrow is, hey, I know that you were so interested in joining, and that you were on my website. Is there any more questions that you have, so that we can finish getting you signed up and get you started, so that we can launch your business? It's just little things like that on how you brand yourself and spread the fire. Because if you're not talking, if your mouth is not open about your business, you're not running a business. You're just a hobby. This is a hobby for you. But if you're really like, you're wanting this to succeed, you want to stay at home with your kids, or you want those extra things for your family, then you're going to want to open your mouth and just go out and talk to people. We have a great document in our rap team group, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already in. Go read over it and save it to your phone and get an app's note, or I'm sorry, it's called Note Everything, and it's an app for your phone. You can copy and paste it there, so that when you're talking to people, it gives you a rundown of exactly what to say and how to have the conversation with them, so that you're not giving your website away right then and there. And then it gives you a great way to explain, like, the loyal customer program. I don't call it the loyal, I do call it a loyal customer program and stuff, but the way I word it now is 90-day challenge. And what it is it tells them it's just becoming a loyal customer, and our 90-day challenge is just you getting something and you doing it for 3 months, and then they'll be interested in it. And it's just a really great way to open up your conversation, and more than likely you'll seal the deal. I don't know how many times I've sealed getting loyal customers just by using that, and you're not throwing up on people.
Yeah, it's very, very true. 90-day challenge does sound a lot less intimidating than, going out and explaining the loyal customer program, like one product a month for 3 months, blah, blah, blah. But really, there was something else I really wanted to make sure I touched on. Okay, so right now, for those of you that are wanting to really make a change in your business, this is the month to do it, okay? Right now, a big announcement's going to be made tomorrow. Something I heard Jade Hooper say today is we need to stop making goals and start making to-do lists, because sometimes when we set goals, we don't really do the things that we need to do to actually accomplish the goals. And so we need to be focusing on the steps that we need to be doing daily to actually accomplish those goals. So what do you want to do? What are the things that you are going to do this month to, actually be able to cross off those goals? Because I know I've made goals and they just stay on this list of things that I'm going to accomplish one day. Well, one day ends up being a month or 2 later. So instead of doing that, write a to-do list. What is your to-do list for this month? What are the things that you're going to do? Are you going to go Ruby? Because if you are, write that down. Then that means day in and day out, you're going to be doing something daily for this month to make sure that when this month is over, you can check that off your list, that it's done. Because it's no longer just a goal. It's something that is on your to-do list that you need to get done this month. Okay? For me, I am really sitting down, really trying to, I really, really am ready to take my business to a whole different level. And so this is the perfect opportunity, the perfect time. We're about to go into the season to where we're really going to be planting a lot of seeds. And so it's so exciting, though, because the explosion that's going to happen is phenomenal. And if you want to be part of that explosion, you have to do the work. So again, it goes back to making sure you're doing the work to reap the benefits. Okay, posting 1 or 2 times a day, talking to 1 or 2 people here and there, whenever it pops up, you're going to bring it up. That's going to get you, hobby results. You're going to get, you'll be signing a little customer here or there, eventually a distributor maybe. But if you're really wanting to set some goals and really make this into more than just a hobby, you have to do more work. Okay, it's work, but it's all work that can be done from a smartphone, okay, from your computer. And it can be done when you're running errands. If you're running errands, you can blitz 2 or 3 people while you're running errands. You're making a quick trip to the grocery store. You ran inside to get gas. You had to go to the bank. you're going to build your business by doing the things you're already doing. So let's see. There was something that I got. Your hundreds list. You should always be adding people to that list. People that you encounter, potentials, everything. Those are people you need to be writing their names down. You need to be following up. Make it a point to follow up. You're missing out. I can't tell you how many people I have blitzed first or talked to first, and I've watched them become a loyal customer or a distributor under someone else simply because I never followed up with them, and someone else got them at the right time. If I would have followed up with them like I should have, the chances are better for me to have been able to enroll them. So if you're not following up with these people, then you're losing out, and it's to no one else's fault but your own, because the fortune is truly in the follow-up. So make sure you're following up. For those of you who are really wanting to step it up this month, it's time to really step up the social media game, really step up your excitement, and really just stay plugged in. On your way to work, you can, if you have an auxiliary cord, plug in a video. You don't have to watch the video. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to some kind of training. Listen to a call. Whenever I'm putting the kids to bed, like if they're watching a movie or something, I'm on Instagram. Whenever I'm at work and maybe I'm waiting to actually get to leave, I'm sitting down, I'm on Instagram, I'm posting, I'm direct messaging. Whatever, you have all these opportunities throughout your day. Go hard this month. And that way at the end of the month, you're going to be like, okay, this month was awesome. Now let's go into the next month. Like, you want to keep the momentum going. So don't stop. It's not about who's liking your posts. It's not about who's commenting. It is about the fact that you're planting those seeds. People are watching. People are watching your excitement. People are watching to see if you're consistent. People are watching to see if they want to be a part of this or not. Okay? And if you are not consistent and if you're not excited, then why would they want to sign up with you? People don't want to get screwed over, and network marketing already, a lot of people already have a bad taste in their mouth, just because of maybe bad stories or a bad past experience. So don't allow, be a better experience for them. Show that it's an exciting adventure. Okay, show that you're doing this and that you're so consistent with it, and that's what's going to draw people in.
Also, once you're signing up loyal customers, make sure you're following up with them and letting them know that you're still there for them and that they can reach out to you if they have questions. And make sure that every month you ask them, well, how are your results? How are you doing on these products? Are you still excited about these products, or how are they helping you? And just find out if their needs are still being met, and then if they're not, say, well, let's reevaluate and see what else we can try and for you to use. And that way, they're not getting bored with the same products every month. They're trying different things. Yes, it does reflect in your BV because everything is a little bit different in volume, but that's why you're consistently signing up new customers, consistently signing up new distributors. And when you're signing up distributors, make sure that the same things that were given to you when you signed up, you're giving to them, and making sure that they have the same tools that you started out with, because that's key. And make sure it's duplicated. I can't even say the word. It's duplicable and easy for them to duplicate, and that you're just keeping it simple. If they see you doing all these extra things that are complicating the steps to success, 9 times out of 10 they're going to fall off. So just make sure that what you're doing they can do too. And they can see that. If they see that, how easy it is, then they're more than likely going to stick it out.
Exactly. Follow the steps to success. Don't reinvent the wheel. It works. The steps to success works. Get those loyal customers, and then get those distributors. That's what we're getting. Loyal customers. You want to find those people. Make sure you're giving them the proper directions for the wraps. Make sure it's about them. It's not about us. It's about them. When you sign a new distributor, it is about that new distributor. What is that distributor's goals? If that distributor has no desire to go diamond, then that is fine. You want to meet them where they're at. Okay, they're in this for them. They're in this, they have certain things that they want to accomplish first. And sometimes once people do, they grasp the entire vision of this business. But don't expect people to join your organization and have the same vision as you, because it's not going to happen. But you want to, understand what their goals are. Like, I know I've been talking to some of you, and you've been telling me I really want to go Ruby. I'm really, really pushing to Ruby. Then I want to be here to help you to get to Ruby. I want to pass along any training, any information, any inspiration I can to help you get to Ruby. I wish I could snap my fingers and get it for you, but I can't. I can, dig up the best trainings that I can. I can pass along the best information that I can. But if you're not going to utilize it into your everyday business, then it's going to be no good. So I guess I'm going to wrap it up. Any last minute, anything else you want to add, Laura?
Not really. Just make sure that, we are going into what is considered a slower season. But I've been in this company for 2 years, and the more that you plant seeds and the more that you continue to talk to people, the more that it'll pay off in the long run. And just make sure that you're following up and just continuously talking to people, your friends, your family members. Be excited now in the beginning of starting, because I had another leader in our sideline that had said, I'm double or triple diamond, and I wish I had in the beginning just reached out to these people while I was still excited. Not that she wasn't excited now, but just that she had reached out to everybody that she knew personally in the beginning and shown them that, because it made it that much harder once she got to where she was at reaching out to these people. And they were like, well, what's different from now from then? Are you not as excited? And it just makes it a little bit harder for them to buy in right then. But if you're reaching out to them now and following up with them, they'll eventually start signing on. And just make sure your mouth is open and just spreading the fire, because when you're passionate about something, other people are going to buy into that passion.
Yes, so be excited, be passionate, don't let the momentum stop, keep pushing, work with your people that are going to work. You can't make someone want this. You might see the vision, and you might have a vision for them, but if they don't want it, you can't make them want it, and you just, don't let that hold you back. People, come into network marketing hoping to get lucky, to make millions of dollars. The thing is you can make millions of dollars, but you have to put in the $1 million work ethic, okay? You can't have minimum wage work ethic and, expect to earn those big bucks. People who are earning those big bucks are people who are busting their butts. And I've seen lawyers, doctors, people who have juggled 3-4 jobs and then threw this on the side. I've seen, heard these stories, and single moms, people who their houses were going to be foreclosed on, people who, you know, Pam Souter just did a story on a girl who was living out of her car, and she was literally selling wraps for groceries, and she was living out of her car. Pam just posted that on her page a couple days ago, and I'm just like completely mind blown. Like, how am I going to make excuses? You know, there are no excuses.
Stephanie and Joel Dunn actually were going into their they just hit Black Diamond last month. They were actually getting foreclosed on and going through, or not getting foreclosed on, but they were going through bankruptcy. And they were going through not homeless shelters, food banks, just to get food for their family and stuff. And I think Joel actually was the first person to buy into the business. Stephanie had actually bought into the product and she loved the product, but I think Joel was the one out of the two of them that actually was like, yeah, we can actually do this. And look at them now. They're Black Diamond. They started out just like you and me. They paid their $99 and they worked this business hardcore and consistently. They never gave up. And I'm sure they had their hard times that they hit those roadblocks in the road, but they overcame that. They are now living life grand, and they're so humble and just very honest and open about it. And it's just very touching to see it that they're just like you and me. We all started out the same, but the difference is they never gave up. They kept pushing and they kept talking to people.
Yeah, exactly. And like when you stop making excuses, that's when the real change is going to happen. I know it's somewhere I fall short. I continue to make excuses sometimes. But I've realized that if I really want the bigger payout, the excuses have to stop. And I want to run with you guys. I want the next couple months just to be absolutely amazing. And I'm really excited. And so I hope if you take anything out of this video, because we kind of winged it, it is to keep the momentum going, to stop making excuses, to utilize social media to its full advantage. That means you need to be posting, not just one time a day, you know, make it different posts, make lifestyle posts, like me and my energy drink at 11:30 at night, because whatever. Make it relatable, make it exciting. If you think of this, if you were looking at your Facebook page, would you want to be a part of that? Would you want to be, part of who's ever, part of your group of friends? Would you want to be part of that lifestyle? Would you want to be part of that group of people? Would you want to be associated with that? If the answer is no, then you need to do some switching it up, okay? If you yourself wouldn't be intrigued by what you see on your Facebook post, then don't expect other people to, okay? This is a business. Treat it like one. I'm really, really excited. I have a feeling we're going to have some new Rubies this month. And I know that it's definitely going to be a great month. So let's just knock it out. So I'll talk to y'all in the morning. Bye.
Bye, everybody.